Welcome back to Island Tea with your faves, Kevon and Azem featuring Jade, Gwyneth Johnson. And it's now time to jump into Eat Local with Chef Rodelle Rawlins. Welcome and good morning.
What we can see
Good
you.
morning.
Big up yourself, bro. Big up yourself.
Think somebody.
Sorry. I was talking to somebody else. Yeah. Sorry. Good morning. How's everybody?
Oh, we're good.
We're
What's up
doing
with you?
I'm alright, taking it easy.
all right.
Rodel, boss, it's been a while since we connect. Good to see you doing well, man. I always appreciate what you just do, and I'm really happy that you were able to come and join us today to share a bit of what's going on with you and who you are with the fans and the viewers, man.
Well, I'm Rodelle Rawlins. I'm a sous chef at the Four Seasons Resort in Nevis. I have been at the Four Seasons for just about 9 years now, and just love cooking.
You love cooking,
Yeah.
bro. This is why I just tell people all the time. You know, there's this gender thing where they feel cooking is a woman thing and all of that. But when you find a man that could cook, he could well cook,
Bye. That's a fact.
The big facts we're talking here all morning.
As you cook?
Yes,
Okay, just checking. Well, because you never offer us nothing, so.
but you see why I was hesitant to say anything is because I prefer to eat.
Oh dear.
But rather, it's commendable. You said no, you're a sous chef at the Four Seasons Resort.
Yeah.
I mean, to see you, in that position as a homegrown talent. I mean, I think it fills a lot of us with pride. But exactly how did you develop this love and passion and skill for cooking?
Well, in all honesty, it started with my grandmother looking at her cook for the entire household on the weekends and stuff like that. During the week, come home from school every day having a hot meal to eat. So I started being in the kitchen with her more and more because I used to get in trouble when I would go to play football or to drive my bike outside, so it was more of a stay at home to stay out of trouble.
Stay at
So
home to
doing
stay out of
so-
trouble.
Yeah, so in doing so, I started cooking with her. And then at the age of 9 was when I cooked my first meal by myself, mac and cheese. Now, I don't know if she was just fooling me to make me feel happy, but I think that was the drive. She told me it was the best mac and cheese she ever had.
Yeah.
So
Well,
Big up Granny one
that
time.
was the start of it.
Listen,
Yeah.
our grandparents. I hope she was telling the truth, but
Well, I mean,
remember
we
from
see
mine.
where he is now, so I would want to think she was right.
Yeah, but because I remember when I did my first pot, it turned out, it was actually cook up I tried for the first time and it turned green. And we have no idea why it turned green. But she said it tasted good, so,
You just stick with it.
listen.
A granny support. Ain't nothing in the world like a
Nothing
granny
like
support.
it.
But Rodel,
Definitely.
just for people who listening and think, like, what community was it that you grew up in?
I grew up in Kevon. So I went to Kevon Primary School, Kevon High School.
Green Valley.
Kevon High School is where I did homework in high school, and I was the only guy doing it for the first term.
Okay.
And then we had
Hold on.
another classmate of mine join me.
Before you continue, I need to know, in all honesty, homework. You were the only guy you said until one other classmate joined you, right? Was it that you just wanted to be around the ladies? Are you actually like cooking?
The cooking. That was it. Well, you see, I was doing music, but one day I saw Mr. Hewlett do something that I didn't like, and I just told myself, that rather than being in his class and getting those kind of treatment, I'll just pull out. So I did something else that I liked,
Right.
which was the cooking.
So you went to another passion.
So that was it. Yeah.
Nice. And you think that that decision obviously played a big role in what you're doing now in your development.
Definitely, because Miss Nisbet, wow, God bless her soul. Yeah, she was tough.
Mm-hmm.
But she was tough for a reason, because she pushed me, she cursed me, she beat me, but came up great.
Yeah, I feel you on that.
A little tough love.
A little tough love. But like you said, came out great.
Yeah.
And so you were in high school, you did homework right up to CXC, graduated high school.
Mm-hmm.
And at this point, did you know that you wanted to go into cooking? Did you know that you wanted to be a chef full time?
Yes, because in high school, my little hustle was when my friends get in trouble, I could go by them and cook. And then they get out of trouble because the parents meet a Sunday meal home when they get back home from church.
What?
So then we all get to just go and they just pay me a little change for it.
Bro, why you didn't know about this? I could have given out of trouble a long time.
I mean, I understand, but that's a real hustle there.
No, this is something you should have shared with us long time, because I know you got plenty of people who could have used this.
Yeah. When we get in trouble, that's what we used to do. Just hit me up, I go over by the house, do a quick cooking, or cook at home, drop it off by them, put it over into their pots and stuff, and yeah.
Wait, so the parents would think that their child is the one who cooked this?
Cooking, yeah. Until some of them started getting caught.
Hold on.
So like, well, you can cook today then, but you don't know anything about cooking now stuff.
Wait. You're thinking what I'm thinking, because for me, right, if I'm a mom and like my son daughter made this amazing meal, allegedly. After this, they have to cook. So, like, what will happen when they can?
No, but you have to understand, Jade.
That's how some of them get caught.
But not only that. All you're really trying to do is to just cool down the rents. So it's just a little piece off in. We deal with after.
Right.
Yeah, but you have to plan ahead, because again, if you cook this amazing meal, allegedly.
I just say one of licks.
So what happened to next Sunday when your parents say, you know what, that meal you cooked last Sunday was amazing. I feel like you should do it again. What happened now?
That was Chef Rodelle. But me ain't gonna licks.
Carry on.
So Rodelle, so you telling me that even at a young age you were already getting paid to cook?
Yeah.
Wow.
Cooking for parties and little things here and there. But now it's more now that it's more developed and the skills are more seasoned in, it's definitely something that I do get paid for.
Right, for sure. But how do you go from, taking your grandma's skill, refining them in high school home ec class and cooking for your friends, to like working in world class kitchens? Because I know that there's a lot of talent and skill and work that has to go into to someone getting to that place. So how did you go from, like you said, cooking for parties and stuff like that and developing your skill? What was the next step on your journey?
I went to CFBC. I did the culinary program there. Went to Trinidad. I was working at Sweet Lime at the time. And I was sent to Trinidad was supposed to be, I think, around 2 months. Ended up staying there quite a while longer and taking charge of one of the restaurants while I was down there. At this time, I was around, I think, 19. Toughest thing in Trinidad.
So at 19, you started taking over kitchens, like you were put in charge of a kitchen?
Yeah, the chef that was down there, he went to one of the other properties, and I was asked to just oversee until another chef came in, but I think I was doing a good enough job, so we didn't have another chef come in. So I was the one that was taking care of the day-to-day responsibilities at the restaurant.
Wow. So what those responsibilities look like? Because I have no idea what it must be like.
Neither do I.
To run a kitchen like at a property.
Well, one of the most important things is scheduling, because you have different shifts. You're gonna have breakfast, you're gonna have lunch, you're gonna have dinner. So you're gonna need to find the persons that could work cohesively together and just make sure that each shift is covered properly with a team that can get the task done. This would like for example dinner. The person that you're gonna use for dinner on the grill section, the grill and starter station, has to be somebody strong, somebody that could deal with fish, the steak, the pork chop, the lamb, all at the same time while not cross-contaminating anything, especially if you're going to have allergies and these sort of stuff.
Right.
And the person you're going to have on the salad station going to have to be somebody that's fast, because that's the first course that's going out. So you need somebody that's strong and pretty quick to make sure all the food is popping out quickly so that the guest gets that first set of food. So by the time the second course is now fired, you can get it going. For dinner, it's a little different. For lunch, you have a shorter time period to get the food out. So with lunch now, you have to make sure everything is just booming out of the kitchen. So you need somebody that's quick on the feet, sharp on the mind, so that they can stay focused and get everything. When I'm calling out 6 tickets back to back to back, the staff behind the line, I would say us, because if it gets busy, I will jump behind the line and help my staff out. So if it starts getting busy and you have to do that, the key thing that most of us would do and listen for is, if you hear 6 tickets being called out back to back, you ask for a total. So you're gonna hear like, okay, we have 6 burgers all day, we have 5 ribeyes all day, we have 7 fish, and that's what you look out for. Once you have all those numbers, then you start putting them on, and the chef is gonna call for this one, he's gonna call for that one.
Right.
Pass this up, this temperature accordingly. So that's basically what it's just like a setup that you have to do in your mind and make sure you have it locked in so that you can stay focused during the service. Because you don't want the chef to get angry at you, Well, he's on the pass.
Bro, so that was my next question, right? Like, we look at a lot of these cooking shows online and TV.
What's up, man? That I just shout after people regularly.
But even so, like, some of them, when you're just looking at, like, the kitchens, I'd be like, but I can't be like this, like, that's really how it is? Like, so intense all the time and could really get just it's almost like a chaotic poetry. Is that really how it gets in these kitchens at times?
If I must be honest, yes. Because so we have you 3. You're at a table. We have, say, 15 other tables. Everybody's starting to order. Now, from the time you put your order in with your waitress or waiter, you automatically start feeling, or even by the time you sit down, most guests start feeling as though that's the time they've been waiting for their food.
Right, exactly, yeah.
So in the kitchen, what is literally 10 minutes for us on the ticket when it comes to the most chefs' worst nightmare, when you hear that chick, that printer start going on. Yeah, when it starts ringing off like crazy, that's most of us worst nightmare, But when that comes in, it's only 10 minutes on the ticket, and then you're gonna hear the guests. You automatically expect the guests to be waiting for the food.
Right.
The guests now outside feels as though they've been waiting for their food 25 minutes at least, and it's only been 10 minutes.
Right.
So now you try to wash everything, but just take it as you have to cook everything from scratch. It's done fresh. Mostly everything, especially the proteins, is done from scratch. Everything is cooked. It's just prepped, set aside. You have to now take it out and complete the dish, compose the dish together to get it out to the guests. So it does get pretty tense. When it's extremely busy, it gets tense. And but what you find that if there's a good team, the shouting doesn't come across as you actually shouting.
Right.
It's just making sure everything comes across clearly.
Everybody understands what's happening, right?
Yes. And as the chef, the expediter on the line, you have to be loud, you have to be vocal. Because if you're calling for something on the pass and it's not coming, you have to make sure that it's coming to you for the time that you need it to get outside. And you also have to make sure that you're getting the correct dish. Because, like I said earlier, if you call for like 5 steak, you're probably going to have different temperatures in between.
Right, exactly.
You don't want the well-done steak to go to the medium rare table. Otherwise, that's a breach and that's problems and stuff like that. So because it does become tense, but it's tense only for the fact that you want to make sure everything goes out near perfect.
Right. And the thing is, we don't understand as the patrons, like just exactly how much goes into these plates that we sit down, in front of, and devour and sit down there and hold your tummy now because you're so full.
Yeah, you're chilling now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely.
And like you said, that thing is true. Like there's been times I've been at restaurants and I'm waiting on food and it's like, bye man, here for a half hour, but I check on my watch and it's like, man, I'm 10 minutes.
Because you hungry.
Hunger will do that to you.
The big misconception is people show up at the restaurant and think everything is already cooked and just waiting for them to ask for it.
Right.
And then when they have to wait for fresh food, they get upset.
I mean, the funny thing is, you said that a lot of people go to the fast food places and they may even wait longer than actually what you wait for in a kitchen that's cooking fresh food for you.
Right, that's true. I know people sit down in lines for near an hour waiting on fast food.
Listen, you ever see the KFC line?
Oh my
drive through? Okay. Perfect example. But Rodelle, like, as a chef, like, I know you maybe shouldn't pick favorites, but what is your favorite thing to cook?
For me personally, I absolutely enjoy cooking fresh seafood. Anything from the ocean and fresh, I absolutely enjoy cooking it.
I know that. I've seen some of your dishes. Like I could see the passion. I could see the passion in your dishes, bro. Like it's definitely shows on the plate. But there's this thing that happens where you find people who go into some of these non-traditional and I do believe that it's non-traditional. We do have lots of let's say good cooks and things, but people who get to certain levels, right? They have to have a certain type of drive, a certain type of passion to reach to the levels that they reach into. Like, Rodelle, what do you what are some of the characteristics that you think really help to prepare you for the position that you're in now?
Well, I definitely think you have to have to be motivated. You gotta be in this field. You gotta be strong mentally, because it can take a toll on you.
It does sound intense.
In this position, you literally work. You don't work on an hourly basis, so your shifts daily would probably be maybe for me. Example, if I go in at 11. I can leave at around 11 p.m. That's 11 a.m. to 11 p.m.
Oh.
Now, this wouldn't seem like a long day to me. But if I'm going in from 9 a.m. because it's busy, extra busy, and I want to make sure that I'm setting up everything ahead of time and stuff like this. Now, 9 a.m. to 11 p.m., that might be a bit longer. Just imagine doing this, like, for example, at the hotel when we're busy, like for a festive week. Just imagine doing that for like 6 days straight. If you are not strong enough, that would take a toll on you mentally. And it's something that speak to the staff, tell them take your vitamins, stay focused, stay sharp, eat properly. Just
you got to make sure that you're ready for the grind.
Yeah, definitely. Otherwise, it really, really can take a toll on you. So that's one thing that I try to do. I don't get the eating part done properly. I don't eat breakfast at breakfast. I eat it at lunch most times, and I eat lunch at dinner most times.
Wow.
And that's breakfast. So those are the times that I really do get to eat. But the other parts, drinking lots of water, taking vitamins, I try to make sure I get that part in, so I can stay sharp enough.
So this is what I really want to know, and I know this is something that, especially the men listening, are interested in finding out. Exactly how.
Say it like that.
No, because the men really want to know. I know. And the thing is, exactly how effective is the cooking skills in the courting of, you know, lovely young women. Like that's something that is really that has really worked out in your favor, because a lot of us, we ain't got a car to pull. And I feel like it's like a cheat sheet. Like a cheat code. A cheat code, yeah.
Cooking and courting. I don't think it's a cheat at all.
So it don't just give you like a one up right after that.
I can't answer that.
Oh, modest. Man, he want to get the secret. He want to get the secret.
I didn't tell you up, boy.
I can't answer that, but it does have its benefits. I can say it does have its benefits, but I can't directly answer your question, does it?
Oh wait, hold on. Rodelle, you may have to call your mommy and apologize.
Yeah. Mom just,
what is that?
So,
because she commented on the live and she said, "Mommy ain't taught you how to cook." Anyways, I'm super proud of you. God bless hands. So I don't know what you're gonna do.
The season rice that I do, I did learn that from her, but I added my other few techniques to it, and I can make a season rice in a pretty short time.
Right.
Yeah,
so
give mommy the pop
I did get that from her.
Yeah. So that's mommy recipe and steroids.
My aunties also.
Okay.
Yeah, you got a lot of people it seems like to apologize to, because
so Auntie Laurel, Auntie Shani, Miss Nisbet, Granny.
She also said, and
Uncle
he's the
Nigel,
top.
Uncle Marvin.
She's also saying you're the top chef in SKB, but she's also saying that she's biased because you're her son.
Let's leave it as bias.
That's fair.
Let's leave it as that.
Right.
Bias.
Yeah. But
so I have a question. So I know a lot of people like doing certain jobs and they have favorite parts of it. Like some people, when things get busy, that's what they enjoy, because the busyness is, they love, you know, working through the chaos. What's your favorite part of being in the kitchen?
I think my favorite part, but there's two of them. And the first one is sharing my knowledge. So educating somebody and doing something better, doing a better job. Like seeing ways they can make themselves stronger in the kitchen. I enjoy doing that, whether it's by teaching them a technique or shortcuts, whether it's by showing them different ways to set up certain things. Just in the way you set your lineup, you can tell if you'll be successful for service or not. So that's one, teaching. And the other one is when it's busy and you have like a super strong team, that could be a very, very exciting, because if you do 112 covers and everything pops out of the kitchen perfectly on time, and there's absolutely no issues with any of the dishes, that's a night that we send the server to the bar and say, hey, you need to get a lot of drinks in the kitchen, because this was a damn good job today.
Right.
You know, so those are the parts that I really, really get excited about. Those two.
This sound like a sporting team. Like it's like, you know, when the team just win a game 7.
Listen,
and you get an elation.
It's probably as a
chef,
that's probably the feeling.
Definitely.
Yeah, feel like it sounds that way.
When I was in Mangoes, we used to get busy. Like when it was opened up, we had, you know, like tons of guests and stuff. Mangoes could get super busy, and sometimes we could have a slow night. A slow night would be around 50. A busy night would be around 90, 110. The highest number that I've ever done over there was 100, and I think 47 we did. That was during a busy festive. Now, our order started from around 5:30 in the afternoon till around just maybe like a bit after 10 in the night.
Wow.
Just non-stop action, just pumping food out of the kitchen, appetizers, entrees, dessert, everything, just all the courses going out on time, perfect. No issues whatsoever, no problems, and everything was just literally perfect.
Man, I admire your people being able to
Cook
to
for so
knock that
many
off.
people, but you know.
Yeah.
Oh, my thought is it's so difficult to just cook for like a family of 3 people. Imagine having to cook for
Thousands.
90. What? Listen,
Yeah, that's a lot.
this is for me.
Watch you. I don't even want to cook for me. You're talking
Yeah,
about.
no, that's
You
But
see,
when
and that's the
I-
thing. What I'm saying, if you do like 90 packs, everybody might not have all 3 courses. So you wouldn't say 90 times 3, but you say 90 times 2. That's
Right.
the amount of food that you would probably put up for just that shift alone. 100 plus plates of food, 200 plus plates of food and stuff
No,
like that.
that's crazy.
Wow.
Because then you have all these different courses. But when you get them out of the kitchen and everything goes out on time, it's just like the best feeling in the world, because that guest wants to come back to your restaurant tomorrow. They don't want to go to another restaurant because they're like, okay, I got great service, I got good food, and everything came on time. I'm not going to go there tomorrow. I'm going to come back in. I'm going to try the chicken tomorrow night. I'm going to try the lobster tomorrow night. I'm going to try the octopus dish tomorrow. So it's just like being able to have a steady amount of numbers straight through the entire time that the restaurant is open. You definitely know that you're doing a great job, and your team is pulling their weight and just making you proud. So you're happy to go into work. You're going excited. You're going smiling, and you're just ready to just knock everything out of the park.
Wow.
Right, but time has run down on us, but we have one more quick question from somebody who's actually listening, and it's, why is an activity that's primarily undertaken by women at home being universally dominated by men in the restaurant world? Why is an activity that is primarily undertaken by women at home being universally dominated by men in the restaurant world?
Why? Let me see. Well, in the Caribbean, I can't say that so, because we have a lot of men in the Caribbean that can cook and know how to cook. That I can say, that I can attest to. It may not be to the level of a chef in a restaurant or in a hotel or something like that, but we can cook at home. Outside of that, I think it's just basically tradition. You have women that are usually known to be at home cooking the meal and providing the food, while the husband or the boyfriend, whatever it is, supplies the stuff to cook the food. So I think that's probably the main reason why. And females, there's some females that don't feel the drive to push forward in order to take charge, I guess. I have staff that I know, females, and I try my best to push them forward, but some of them, they feel as though, I think they're just intimidated, but once they take the step, that they can definitely be a force to be reckoned with. Like, I'm not going to call the staff name because she's probably listening, but if she actually takes the position that we're trying to put her towards, then I think she could be one of the strongest persons that we have as a manager at the hotel, you know. So I think it's just maybe, I don't know.
You think it has something to do with the nature of the career itself? Meaning, you spoke about like long hours and stuff like that. A lot of times, I think a lot of men are more likely to engage in those careers where you have to work what people would term as long hours and stuff like that. Especially when you start talking about women, you know, mothering children and stuff like that. Like,
yes,
it gets difficult.
that could be a reason. That could be a factor. Because most times when you find a female that has excelled, it's usually somebody who is younger, without kids, not married, because culinary can take you a lot of places. Jobs are usually offered, and so it just depends on all those situations, I guess.
Yeah, I think it's the nature of the career. I think that might be a big factor. But Rodelle, like Jade was saying, you know, time has run us down actually. But we really appreciate, and I think most of us here could share the sentiment of your mom and say that we're really proud of what it is you achieved.
Definitely.
And what you're doing, bro.
Thank you.
Yeah, for sure. And keep doing what you're doing. We're looking forward to whatever is next, whether it is Rodelle's Kitchen or whatever, whether it is your start.
We do have Nice Catered by Rodelle.
You do have what, sorry?
And I have Nice Catered. That is my catering business.
Okay.
So I do cater for local events, big, small, everything, you know. Once I'm contacted, I'm usually a bit busy, but once I'm contacted, I do try to get the information and make the menus accordingly based on the event at hand and try to make sure everybody enjoys a bit of what they can get from it. And I also do have a seasoning that I'm attempting now to put into stores.
Yes, I've seen that. But so where you said if you're contacted, where would people contact you to get the events or whatever catered by a world-class chef? Like how do we contact you?
Well, I'm on Instagram on Nice Catered, and that's where most people contact me for business. My number is also on my Facebook page, Rodelle Rawlins, on the Instagram page. So
the Instagram page is Knives Catered?
Yeah, the business page is Knives Catered. My Instagram page is actually my name, Rodelle_869. Or Rodelle 869, I think it is.
Rodelle 869, yeah.
So I'm there, and that's where you usually could find information to contact me. And once I'm contacted, then, like I said, we just go from there to make it happen.
Awesome. Yeah, so definitely, guys, get your events, get your occasions catered by a world-class chef. And I knew he was a world-class chef because one time we were hanging out and Rodelle started showing me the knife what he want, and I was like, okay, yeah, this man on a different level with this cooking thing.
Yeah. That's one of the things I enjoy spending the work money on, you know?
Gotcha. This man does watch knife like a rappers that watch chain.
Yeah, well,
I
mean, rightfully so.
Yeah.
But I again really appreciate you. Really respect everything that you're doing, everything that we've achieved, and like you said, like we continually looking forward to hearing even more great things from you. Because we know it's coming. We know it's coming, man.
Definitely.